14 drivers finished the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Let's get into some reaction. Let's get going. Let's talk about those that had a very good day, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's correct. Esteban Ocon, ladies and gentlemen, great weekend all around. Good stuff from the Alpine, by the way. Esteban Ocon qualified in P5 and he finished the race in P6. Solid weekend for the Frenchman. And by the way, he's P6 in the Constructors, ahead of Sergio Perez. Could be lined up for a very good season, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for Esteban Ocon. Obviously, I'm going to talk about the winner of the race, Max Verstappen, ladies and gentlemen, getting his first win as current world champion, ladies and gents. A weekend that could have looked a bit iffy. He didn't have a great qualifying session, but in terms of the race, he done very, very well. He started in P4 and he worked his way. There was a bit of luck on his side, obviously, with what happened with Sergio Perez. He had a little minor battle with Carlos Sainz, but the battle really was about him and Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc, yet again, having a good weekend, an impressive weekend. We'll get to Charles in a minute, but Max Verstappen getting the win, something that he really did need. Red Bull needed some points, and boy, they picked up quite a lot. So big up to Max Verstappen. I love the way Max sort of learned about the situation over the course of the race, learning how to overtake and stay in front, because there's been a couple of times now, I think 3 battles in the last 2 races where Max has overtaken but has always lost that place. But this time around, no mistakes. He played the waiting game, was a bit of chess, if you will, and this time around he actually managed to get ahead of Charles Leclerc and stay there and of course win the race. The third driver I want to mention in terms of having a good weekend, ladies and gentlemen, Charles Leclerc, of course. I'm going to call him Mr. Consistency, he says after 2 races. But these last 2 races, ladies and gentlemen, they've shown me that Charles Leclerc means business. He is the real deal. He is here to challenge for the title, for Max Verstappen's title, for Lewis Hamilton's title, whoever's title it wants to be. Charles Leclerc is definitely, ladies and gentlemen, in the front running for this challenge. It was only 2/10 slower than Checo in the qualifying session, but finishing in second place is no mean feat, as well as getting the fastest lap. He's bagging up points for Ferrari. Ferrari looking good in those constructor title as well. Of course, bagging up points yet again. Both drivers in the podium yet again. And you know what? Early doors, they're getting up as many points as they can, whilst Red Bull and Mercedes are trying to play catch up. This is a good start for Ferrari. Maybe it's time to start hedging bets towards the Ferrari pot, because it looks like nobody's going to be stopping them at this rate. The second team I have to mention, of course, is Red Bull, because they finally got some points in there. Strong points as well, by the way. Max Verstappen, of course, winning the race, but also Sergio Perez finished in P4. So it wasn't necessarily a bad day for Sergio, but, you know, it could have been better. But nonetheless, listen, they've got their points on the board. That is what is most important. Now we get into the bad news, okay? First of all, with the drivers, Nicholas Latifi. Now, look, there's been a few accidents happening lately, and I feel like Latifi needs to take this week off and sort of kind of build back his confidence, shake it down a little bit, dust himself off, wherever it may be, and he needs to get back and actually just finishing races, as well as just sort of, you know, having a decent showing, if that makes sense, over the course of a weekend, because at the moment, Nicholas, the Williams is not looking too great, and yeah, you need to do something about that. A bad day in terms of race day for the Alfa Romeo, especially with what they did last weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I was waxing lyrical about Zhou Guanyu and Valtteri Bottas, but this weekend, ladies and gents, Zhou Guanyu out of the points and Bottas DNF. Look, it was not great for the Alfa Romeos. They need to sort themselves out. Hopefully, just a blip. Honourable mentions I mentioned earlier, by the way, Alpine, yeah, at the moment, they could be battling for this P3, P4 in the constructors, you know what I'm saying? Because the McLarens cannot be found. And Mercedes, we don't know what's going on over there. Who knows what's going to happen with them? Remember Hamilton, by the way, finishing in P10 when he started P16. Out in Q1, Lewis Hamilton, are you sure? But I'm just saying, Alpine, if you get your act together, you looked good, by the way. I know Alonso had a little, was it a power failure at the end, or something went wrong with the engine, which was a bit of a shame. But if the Renault engine is Mr. Reliable as it wants to be, then who knows, maybe after the Ferrari engines, it's the Renault, never mind the Mercedes. Big up to Esteban Ocon, shout out to Fernando Alonso, great battling in the race as well. But yes, honourable mention has to go to Alpine. Comment down below, is this the last time that they're wearing the pink? Because I have a feeling they're going to go back to the blue. I'm not entirely sure. Lando Norris, ladies and gentlemen, that is correct. Guess why? Because he got in the points. He finished his P7. I know he started outside the top 10, and it was looking glim for the McLaren family. But nonetheless, ladies and gents, Lando Norris getting in the points. This is what we like to see. I know he wasn't happy though still. He said, look, we need a couple months, never mind a couple of weeks to get this car sorted. So it's going to be a hard, long season for the McLaren family tree. And of course, McLaren Fan TV out live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. UK time. Do come along and get your comments in the comment section, and we will be posting them up. Let's get your views on that one. But hey, McLaren and the boys, baby, I'm smiling. Big up to Kevin Magnussen as well, former McLaren man. Obviously, you have to give him a little mention. But I tell you what, listen, 2 weeks in, okay, this man came back to Formula One, what, like 3 weeks ago? And he's already got 2 double points finishes, okay? He's got 2 finishes in the points. You get one, man. You catch my drift. But the Haas, ladies and gentlemen, are here. They are here, ladies and gentlemen, to stay, okay? Thank God to see the Haas literally being involved in the midfield pack at least. And points yet again for K-Mag as if he's never left Formula One. He's been away at, what, 14, 15 months. Big up to Kevin Magnussen. Good to see you back. Good to see you in the points. You had to get the honourable mention. Aston Martin, get your act together, okay? That's all I have to say about that. Get your act together, because what on earth is going on? MIA, okay? We need an ABB for Aston Martin, because I cannot find any of them. Who knows? Maybe Sebastian Vettel will be back ahead of the Australian Grand Prix. This season is an important one for him. Click this video to see how.